I seek refuge in God from outcast Satan. In the name of Allah, who is gracious, merciful. Quran topics by Tanvir Kazmi. Chapter number 5. Heaven. English audio number 7. Al Kalam, verse 34. The righteous have deserved at their Lord gardens of bliss. Shall we treat the submitters, the Muslimin, like the criminals? What is wrong with your logic? Do you have another book to uphold? Al Haqqa, verse 13. When the horn is blown once, the earth and the mountains will be carried off and crushed, utterly crushed. That is the day when the inevitable event will come to pass. The heaven will crack and fall apart. The angels will be all around, and your Lord's dominion will then encompass 8 universes on that day. You will be exposed. Nothing of you can be hidden. As for the one who receives his record with his right hand, he will say, "Come read my record. I did believe that I was going to be held accountable." He has deserved a happy life in an exalted paradise. Its fruits are within reach. Eat and drink happily in return for your works in the days past. Al Miraj, verse 8. The day will come when the sky will be like molten rocks, the mountains will be like fluffy wool. No friend will care about his close friend. When they see them, the guilty will wish he could give his own children as ransom to spare him the punishment of that day. Also, his spouse and his brother, even his whole tribe that raised him, even all the people on earth, if it would save him. No, it is a flame eager to burn. It calls on those who turn away, those who hoarded and counted. Indeed, the human being is anxious. If touched by adversity, despondent. If blessed by wealth, stingy. Except for the worshippers who always observe their prayers, part of their money is set aside for the poor and the needy. They believe in the day of judgment. They fear their Lord's requital. The Lord's punishment is not taken for granted. They keep their chastity only with their spouses or what is legally theirs. Anyone who transgresses this limit is a sinner. And the believers keep their word. They are trustworthy. This testimony is truthful. They consistently observe prayers on time. They have deserved a position of honor in paradise. Al Mudathir, verse 38. Every soul is trapped by its sins except for those on the right. While in the paradise they will ask about the guilty, "What brought you to this punishment?" They will say, "We did not observe prayers, we did not feed the poor, we blundered with the blunderers, we disbelieved the day of judgment until certainty came to us now." Al Qiyamah, verse 1. I swear by the day of resurrection, and I swear by the blaming soul. Does the human being think that we will not reconstruct his bones? Yes, indeed, we are able to reconstruct their fingertips, but the human being tends to believe only what they see in front of them. They doubt the day of resurrection. Once the vision is sharpened and the moon is eclipsed, and the sun and the moon crash into one another, the human being will say on that day, "Where is the escape?" Absolutely, there is no escape. To your Lord on that day is the final destiny. The human being will be informed on that day of everything they did to advance themselves and everything they did to regress themselves. The human being will be their own judge. No excuses will be accepted. Do not move your tongue to hurry in it. It is we who will collect it into Quran. Once we decide it, we shall follow such a Quran. Then it is we will explain it. Indeed, you love this fleeting life while disregarding the hereafter. Some faces on that day will be happy, looking at their Lord. Al Mursalat, verse 41. The righteous will enjoy shade in springs, and fruits that they desire. Eat and drink happily in return for your works. We thus reward the virtuous. Surah Al Nibah, verse 1. What are they questioning? The great event that is disputed by them. Indeed, they will find out. Most assuredly, they will find out. Did we not make the earth habitable and the mountains stabilizers? We created you as a mates. We created sleeping so you can rest. We made the night a cover and the day to seek provisions. We built above you seven universes. We created a bright lamp. We sent down from the clouds pouring water to produce with it grains and plants and various orchards. The day of decision is appointed, the day the horn is blown and you come in throngs. The sky will be opened like gates, the mountains will be removed as if they were a mirage. Al Naba, verse 31. The righteous have deserved a reward, orchards and grapes, magnificent spouses, delicious drinks. They will never hear in it any nonsense or lies. A reward from your Lord, a generous reward, Lord of the heavens and the earth, and everything between them. The most gracious, no one can abrogate his decisions. The day will come when the Spirit and the angels will stand in a row. None will speak except those permitted by the most gracious, and they will utter only what is right. Such is the inevitable day. Whoever wills, let them take refuge in his Lord. Surah Al Nazah, Nazat, verse 1. The angels who snatch the souls of the disbelievers forcibly, and those who gently take the souls of the believers joyfully, and those floating everywhere, eagerly racing with one another to carry out various commands. The day the quake quakes, following by the second blow, certain minds will be terrified, their eyes will be subdued. They will say, we have been recreated from the grave. How did this happen after we had turned into rotten bones? They had said, this is an impossible recurrence. All it takes is one nudge, whereupon they get up. Surah Al Nazat, verse 34. Then, when the great blow comes, that is the day when the human will remember everything they did. Hell will be brought into existence. As for the one who transgressed, who was preoccupied with this life, hell will be the abode living. As for the one who feared the majesty of his Lord and enjoined the self from sinful lusts, paradise will be the living. They ask you about the hour when it will take place. It is not you who is destined to announce its time. Your Lord decides its fate. Your mission is to warn those who expect it. The day they will see it, they will feel as if they lasted one evening or half a day. Surah Abasa, verse 24. Let the human consider his food. We pour the water generously, then we split the soil open. We grow in it grains, grapes and pastures, olives and palms, a variety of orchards, fruits and vegetables to provide life support for you and your animals. Then, when the blow comes to pass, that is the day when one flees from his brother, from their mother and the father, from their spouse and children. Each one of them on that day worries about their own destiny. Some faces on that day will be happy, laughing, and joyful. Al Takwir, verse 1. When the sun is rolled, the stars are crashed into each other, the mountains are wiped out, the reproduction is halted, the beasts are summoned, the oceans are set aflame, the selves are restored to their bodies. The girl who was buried alive is asked, for what crimes was she killed? The records are made known, the sky is removed, hell is ignited, paradise is presented, every soul will know everything is brought. Surah Al Infitar, verse 1. When the, when the sky is shattered, the planets are scattered, the oceans are exploded, the graves are opened, every soul will find out what caused it to advance and what caused it to regress. O you human being, what diverted you from your Lord most honorable, the one who created you, designed you, and perfected you? In whatever design he chose, he constructed it. Indeed, you disbelieve in the religion oblivious to the fact that there are keepers around you. They are honest recorders. They record everything you do. Surely the pious have deserved bliss, while the wicked have deserved hell. Will incur it on the day of judgment. They never leave it. Awesome is the day of judgment. What a day! The day of judgment, that is the day when no self can help another soul, and all decisions on that day will belong to God or Allah Almighty. Sadaqallahu Azim.